This is geriatric. I almost forgot my name. It must be the wine. So this is an issue of Straight Talk. I am actually a special co-host, and I actually have a very special guest co-host today, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and you probably will recognize them.
Would you stop, you windbag?
Oh, see? We're already on it.
Anyway, hi, I'm Mackenzie Drive, everyone.
That's it?
Well, that's all I really had scripted.
Wow. Aren't you creative?
I mean, I could introduce our even specialer guest other than myself.
Oh, we do have a special guest.
We do have
today.
a special guest. If you can't see, beside me,
Look.
we have Her Majesty the Queen here.
Good afternoon, my dears.
Isn't
How
this
are we
wonderful?
doing?
All the way from England, where all those English boys are.
Well, I prefer the American ones myself.
Yeah, me too. The accent is kind of cute. I do like that.
Okay.
I
Let's
do.
talk about Prince Harry.
Oh, let's not.
Yeah, I heard he's no longer part of that family anymore.
Yes. We don't talk about that anymore.
So,
As my grandmother would say, we are not amused.
oh, that's fair. That's fair. But he is hot.
I can't talk about that.
He's got to keep it in the family.
Off the record.
Got to keep it in the family.
No comment.
Anyway, so we're going to kind of talk a little bit about drag and performing, and because that's really what we do.
Okay. Actually, my stage name is Misty Lane. The Queen is one of my personas that I do. I also do a little bit. I'm actually from the old school drag, from where it was actually you did imitations. You didn't actually have a persona as such. So I'm used to doing that type of drag because I started drag 40-something years ago and performed for about 3 or 4 years. And then I had to decide whether I wanted to continue dragging or eating. So I decided eating was more important.
You know, I'm at that point too where I think eating is probably more important.
Yeah.
And some of us just drink.
Leave it to Jerry. Leave it to Jerry.
So, yes. So I'm from that school where it was more of the imitation type thing. So I did a lot of I did Judy Garland. I did Bette Midler.
I love Bette Midler.
Yes.
I love Bette Midler. Hocus Pocus is one of my favorite movies.
Yes, I did Carol Channing.
Oh, I love Carol Channing.
Yes, and I did. Oh gosh, I'm getting old here. I'm forgetting things.
Oh God, now I'm stuck with 2 of them.
Yeah, geriatrics, dear geriatrics.
Oh, Lord love us.
The only reason I changed my name is because they did not like Anita Woody, and I don't understand. Radio stations and all them, they get all fussy about that.
Oh yes.
Her knickers are in a knot, as they would say
Not
in
no
England.
more.
Now she's just pregnant.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
Well,
I was wondering whether it was pregnancy or just one too many
hot dogs?
hot dogs. Yes.
Hot.
Well, it's the Immaculate Conception, honey, because it's been pretty dry.
Oh, wow.
Not dry. Just dry with the
Friends at home, I'm
dates.
sorry, we're going to bleep some of this.
No, we're not. It's the internet.
That's true. That's true.
But you will be able to catch us on Kojiko coming soon, which is very exciting because it's actually local and we get to do some local stuff. And
Oh, wow.
It'll be very exciting. And of course, we're going to get you on local TV.
Okay, wow.
CTV.
No, that's a
Oh.
competitor.
Kojiko.
Kojiko, right?
Is that what
yeah.
we said? Oh.
Yeah, that's actually, we're actually filming. We've been filming for a little while now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I
we're very
remember
excited.
I actually wore these shoes last time I did an interview with them.
Right.
So, you know, you talk about your performing and your performances and having so many years of experience.
Yes.
Where did the name come from? Like, where did your...
Misty Lane?
Yeah. Where did
Actually,
performance
Misty Lane actually came from where I live.
Okay.
Almost every morning it's Misty, and we live on Lover's Lane.
Oh,
So
cool.
That's where
Aren't
Misty
you
Lane
just a
came
storybook?
from. So that's where my stage name came from.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I can relate to that because Mackenzie Drive is actually a drive in close to Toronto. It's a turnoff off the highway, so
Yeah.
I kind of had
Yeah.
the same idea.
There's been lots of traffic on that.
So they say. So I hear.
There's been lots of traffic on
Yeah.
Mackenzie Drive.
God, I've heard so many rumors about me. None of them are true, though.
Are you sure?
Well, we'll keep whatever is a secret for now, and then when things start going a little bit, then I'll start dropping things just to shock people, because that's my persona is a lot of shock.
Can you actually shock anybody nowadays?
Not as much unless I'm naked, and that's frowned upon.
Apparently.
I don't think my makeup artist wants to make up my whole body.
Things go...
Oh God, they wouldn't have enough makeup for mine.
Ladies never tell. Ladies never tell.
Maybe talk a little bit about like drag is kind of like a very thing that people get into, but they get into it for like different reasons. Like, what was your reason for kind of getting into that?
Well, when I first got into it, it was I was as tall as I am now, which is 5'10", weighed 120 pounds, soaking wet, and had an extremely high soprano voice.
Nice.
So it was...
It's kind of like the neighbors.
Yeah, and also I loved women's clothing. Still do. Because it's just so fun. So I kind of went, okay.
Tell that to my butt right now with this thong.
Well, they didn't have thongs 40 years ago.
What did they have? Dental floss?
No, they didn't have anything like that, dear.
Oh.
Commando.
No, it was a lot of... yes. it was the elastic bandages.
Oh, tensor bandages.
Yeah.
Oh, lordy.
Yes.
Oh, that's worse than duct tape. Have you ever tried that? Those things, they like...
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So, but a lot of people who get into drag, it actually gives them a bit of a confidence boost. Did you find that? And the rest of your life?
To be honest with you, I'm always been a bit of an extrovert. I did the drag. When I wasn't doing drag, I still modeled and I performed, I danced. So I've always kind of been that way, whether it was as a drag queen or as trying to be straight.
How did it work out?
Didn't. But I tried it for years. I actually did get married and had a child, and...
Oh, honey, we've all been there.
Speak for yourselves. I have not birthed a child yet. There is...
So...
You were talking about building up confidence.
Yeah.
And what did that do for you?
Well, as I said, I've always been a bit of an extrovert, but I do actually get a bit of a high when I do drag. And it's really hard to explain. It's my drug of choice, I guess you could call it.
Right.
Addicting.
Yeah, it is. It actually is addicting.
I feel you.
It is. It's just that the prep work is a little bit mundane at times.
Oh, it's so grueling, isn't it?
To be honest with you, I understand now why women complain about having to get themselves dolled up, because I'm going, yeah, it takes hours.
Oh,
it takes hours.
It's work.
I'm so exhausted by the time I get ready. You know, by the time I get the shoes on and everything, and then my makeup artist does everything, I get so tired.
Yeah, you got a makeup artist, dear. I don't.
Yeah. I could lie and say I do it all myself, but I would get shot. I would.
Yeah, I think so.
Or get my eyeballs ripped out by their fingernails.
Yeah, that's
and also you get to say things that you wouldn't normally say anywhere else.
Actually, that's not true.
Oh.
I'm known for being a little outspoken, whether I'm in drag or out of drag.
Really? Because I would have thought you'd be like me and classy.
No.
That was a lie.
No.
I was lying.
I was
classy.
Was
except for when I'm Her Majesty, class is not part of it.
Oh, I'm excited to see the rest.
So how long have you been married? You're married as well.
Well, I was. My current relationship, we've been together for 14 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And they say they can't do monogamy.
We won't go there.
Well, it's a choice, right?
Yes.
It's like, open communication is very important.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So, and your partner's very supportive?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he thinks it's neat. Yeah. And actually, every once in a while, I'll get him done up as well. The only thing is he does ratchet drag.
What is ratchet drag?
A little bit of makeup, never shaves.
Okay.
Oh, right.
We went out one time. He did. Oh, it was more of a Halloween thing. I did Miss Loring, and I did kind of a 50-year-old pageant queen.
Okay.
And he did the red light district.
Oh.
And all we did was put eyeshadow on him, some lipstick, some blush, and I made him a mini skirt and a tube top out of sparkly tablecloth.
Okay.
And
nice.
he didn't shave his legs. He was wearing high heels with his hairy legs, and so yeah, he does ratchet drag.
Oh,
He doesn't do the whole 9 yards.
But you know what? Sometimes that's even cooler because then you can see some creativity coming from that aspect of it as well. It doesn't always have
what's
to be
really
glam.
really ticks me off though is he had eyeshadow, lipstick, and blush on. And he looked better than I did, and he was unshaved. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Young whippersnappers.
those
Yeah.
gentlemen who look like women. Who would have
But
thought?
he doesn't though. That's the scary thing is you just put a little bit of lipstick and eyeliner on him and it changes. I go, like, that's just not fair.
Maybe it's like the grungy pop rocker look.
Yeah.
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 I don't pull that off very well either. Like,
No. So,
Not at all.
are you going to be participating in any Pride things this year?
I hope to be, yes. Yes. I'm actually also hoping to be in the Equity show in March.
Oh, yeah, that's coming up
Yes.
very soon.
Yeah.
Right.
But I won't be doing Her Royal Highness for that one.
Mhm.
I'm going to be doing Mama Morton from Chicago.
oh, that's gonna be fun. I was just gonna ask you, but you already were talking about what your secret was for the show in March.
Yeah, that's going to be Mama Morton. I'm doing the When You're Good to Mama song.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah.
I do love that song.
Yeah, I actually tried doing it, actual singing it myself.
Yeah.
I can sing it. The problem is with my Alzheimer's, I have a tendency of forgetting the lyrics.
Okay.
So,
Well-
yeah, I did that down in Toronto, and I kind of forgot half the lyrics, and everybody kind of noticed.
Well, it's all about faking it till you make it,
Yeah.
right? Fake
Well,
it.
I just kept dancing around. I've got a fan that I made out of peacock feathers because we have peacocks. So I have a peacock feather fan, and I just kind of did my dancing around until I remembered the words and continued on. So now I do lip syncing most of the time. Now I don't try to sing because I literally get on stage and the vocals just don't seem to be there anymore. So I'm going, yeah, I'll stick to lip syncing.
Hey.
I can do that, and I can do it well. So
Oh, I think that's
Whatever
awesome.
works.
Right. So we're going to cut this short today
Okay.
because we want to make sure that we've got some other things to do.
Well, I feel like there's a couple things that I want to talk about though while we're on camera because we have the Queen here.
Well, hurry up.
Well, you'll forget about it tomorrow anyway.
True.
So I do have to say one of the things, and I know we've talked about this off camera and on camera. Well, we're going to talk about it on camera now, but I want to bring up how you and I first met.
yes,
Because that was a huge thing for me. Because as you know, my dad is a huge fan of the Queen, and I feel like it's a huge thing to bring up right now because we had done a show last summer, was it?
Yes.
Last
Yes.
summer we did the drag show here in North Bay for North Bay Pride 2019, and so I performed, and it was the first time that my dad had ever seen me perform, and I remember getting off stage and all he could talk about was the Queen. So I think it's really...
Sorry about that.
Well, I'm over it now. It took me some time,
Okay.
to get over that. But the fact that you made such an impression on somebody who was born and raised in a small town,
Yes.
who was
Yes.
not privy to a lot of the stuff that we do because you know
Yes.
he was raising his family and had no TV and all that kind of stuff. So to inspire my dad the way you did. Thank you.
Well, thank
that
you.
was huge. That was a huge thing for my family when we had that moment where Dad I got off stage and all he said to me was all you could talk about was you. So know that what you do is working towards building this community as
thank
much
you.
as even though you're from a small town, right?
Yes,
Like
yes.
you may not feel like that's happening,
Yeah.
but it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, I was almost asleep.
That's You know what? Friends, we're going to address this a little bit. Jerry has drank a little too much today. And she's feeling a little bit sandy, and her stomach is hanging down lower than it really should.
That was all that pizza.
She's not happy.
Pizza and a lot of cheese. A lot of cheese.
And probably your firstborn, too. But we won't go there.
Well, I think it's absolutely amazing, and I think it's amazing how pride organizations do bring people together.
Yes.
And we also try to remember that prides are about equality and oppression, and the history is very, very long on pride.
Yes.
And we can't get away from those grassroots, because they're unfortunately, even today, sadly, people lose their jobs or get beat up, or look at the hate comments we get.
The hate comments you get.
Oh, I get a few.
Good Lord.
God, we had to delete one the other day. It was
gold
horrible.
digger.
It was horrible. Yeah, but you're kind of ho-ish.
Co-ish. I'll make my own money, bitch.
Like, it's Mackenzie Drive, right? Lots of people have driven on the road.
Well, we keep some things secret.
Okay.
Like the fact that none of us chose to wear green today in
Right.
unison. It just kind of happened.
It just kind of happened.
And the gloves, what the hell?
Like, excuse me, dear, I always wear gloves.
You're right, Your Highness, and I'm sorry. I just wanted to mimic you because I wanted to get in with your what is it, grandson? None of them are single, but...
No, actually, sorry.
There's not like one that you kept in a dungeon for their whole life or anything?
No.
Oh.
Well,
Maybe.
Maybe. You don't have like a 90-year-old brother.
Well, that's
I'm
a
looking for a...
possibility.
I'll even accept a Splendid Daddy because he can't afford it.
Splendid Daddy. On that note, friends.
Anyway. I really wanted to thank both of you for making this journey with us and having a quick talk. And I know, Mackenzie, we're planning to do some more stuff together, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And
Big things
Your Highness,
coming.
I definitely want to thank you for making the effort to come out and actually have this chat with us. And I look forward to seeing what Pride events come around and meeting you all and seeing you all again. So, what?
Well, I hear the Queen has something really fun that they're doing after this interview, where those of us are going to a photo shoot, but what are you doing after this?
I'm going bowling.
I would love to see the Queen throw a bowling ball. Are you going to break a nail or anything?
I'd love to see
I
Do you wear the gloves?
I wear the gloves so I don't have to worry about the nails.
Oh, and do you wear the platforms too, or the high heels while you're throwing that
No,
bowling ball?
mine are kitten heels, dear.
Should I have 911 on speed dial?
No. Actually, they won't let me wear those.
Oh, right, the ugly shoes that you have to
They
wear.
have to put the ugly shoes on. Yes.
So it's exciting. The Queen's going to handle balls.
Are they blue?
Probably.
Blue and full. Blue and heavy, or whatever you say. Oh my God. Anyway, we gotta stop.
I'm sorry,
This
this
is
is so
so
much fun.
inappropriate. I thank you again. I greatly appreciate that. And Pigeons, we so love you joining us and coming on the show. And we're going to see you real soon, Pigeon. Take care. Bye-bye.